4 years. Well, this year, the 5th year. That's coming up.
Thank you. The show is brought to you by Pacific Points, Cowboy Enterprises, ITD, and Jack in the Box. Coming up, we're going to do an encore presentation of the fireworks from last night, but first, head into the KUAM News Zoom room. Major Antone Aguon of the Department of Corrections. They had a drone show at DOC, but it was a few years back.
You've been waiting all morning to crack that one out, right?
I've been waiting since last night, yeah. Morning, Major. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Chris and Sabrina.
Good morning. Let's just get right into it. So we know that there was it a public hearing on a bill to build a new prison?
Yes, there was a public hearing on Bill 153-36. It was on Tuesday.
Right, and so we know that you were there for that, and then now you're telling us that you're actually going off island to do a little research here for the next couple weeks. Can you give us more details on that, Major?
Yeah, so part of the proposal by the consultant, part of our master plan project, is called benchmarking and best practices. So what we were able to do is we were able to locate 2 different jails in the United States that are currently, one has just completed construction, the other is under construction. The one in Franklin County in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, it's under construction. It's a 700-bed facility with the planning to be able to house 3,000 in the future. So it's also a phased approach how they're building their facility. So that, I believe, is almost the last information, about 85% done, their facility. So we will, myself and the deputy director, will be visiting them and spending 2 days with them, speaking with the prison, the jail management, and the people involved in the construction of their facility, going through their whole facility as far as their design, the outlay of the facility, and basically just talking about their process and lessons learned and best practices, so that we could bring that information and use it, probably some of it, for our facility on how they got their process going. So that will be, I will be leaving tomorrow morning for Ohio, and then later in the week we go to Saginaw, Michigan, and we'll visit a new facility that was just recently opened earlier this year. It's a 511-bed facility, and it's fully operational. So we'll be going through their facility and basically learning their process, procedures, everything from booking to releasing, security cameras, locks, doors, costs, how they did their costs, and all these other information. We will be meeting our consultant over there. Mr. Rogers will be there with us. He will join us in that area. And what we learned from this trip will also be put into our master plan that we will, we're anticipating have it done by the middle part of August. And that's basically the trip. And then I will be spending some time in Texas with my family to visit my mom, who's not doing well, and my sisters. So, it's my first time visiting. My brother did pass away earlier this year in Texas, and I wasn't able to go and visit him, to say goodbye, but now I get to see at least my mom.
Yeah. Well, our condolences for your brother and prayers for your mom, Major. And what are some of the things that you're going to be looking at on this trip?
Well, we have a list of questions, everything from square footage to the design phase to the architects, the people involved in it, all their processes, how they do their booking, their video conferencing with the attorneys, and other stuff that they put into their facility. Medical, how they handle all their medical. We're going to look at their medical facilities and how they have that set up, their behavioral health, any mental health, and things like that. So we have we've already emailed our two POCs over there, point of contact over there, of some questions that we're going to be asking them, and they're more than happy to help fill us in and give us all this information that hopefully we will use in our process here as we move forward with designing our new facility.
Is it going to be pretty much like night and day, though, looking at our facility and comparing it to that new one, right?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of the differences, but we weren't really looking for correctional facilities or jails that are 3,000 people. I mean, that's a lot out there. So we tried to stay within our our numbers of 700 to maybe 1,000, right? And so we can get an idea of it. There's not a lot of new jails being built, so it's kind of complicated looking for these places. Texas has a few, but with their COVID, they weren't really wanting to let us in, right? So it took a couple of weeks kind of getting them back and forth to say, hey, can we come and visit you? And we had to make sure, of course, they're making sure COVID vaccines and all those things are taken care of. But they finally said yes, and they're waiting for us over there in Ohio and Michigan, and it'll be a learning trip. Again, it's only going to be 1 week. It's being funded as part of our grant. It is part of the grant funding, so this is all federal money that's paying for the trip. Hopefully we'll gather, we're going to get a lot of good information that we could use in our process here.
Right on.
I did send you guys videos of it. I did send you.
Yes,
I saw, yeah. Thank you, Major.
Some videos of basically the facility and what it kind of looks like. And I only got that from my research as we were trying to identify facilities that we might be able to visit.
Right.
And so, that's basically, I'll try to take videos when I'm back there if they let me.
We also understand that there was some drug testing that went down at the prison.
Yes. So, it's always been the director's intention to do the drug testing for the employees. We wanna do 100% testing of all our test designated positions, which is our officers. So I believe it was Monday, we were able to test 127 officers. Not all of them were tested, as much, because this was all random, right? We just walked in the morning. No one even knew it was coming, not even myself. No, we didn't know. Just walked in and there they are. Some of our officers are on military leave. They're out on sick status and other stuff, but our plan is to eventually get all the 187 test designated position, which is the officers, get them tested for, drug tested. So we're working towards that.
When's the last time random drug testing has happened over at DOC?
Around 2017. I believe it was under Lamarin at the time. Yeah.
Is it normal to have a 4-year gap between random drug testing?
No, I mean, you want to kind of do it every year.
That's pretty random, actually.
And after the year, do kind of random at least every now and then. But we've been pushing for this, and I guess with the COVID and some other things, it kind of put everything on the back burner. So this test was not done by, it was DOA people that came here, that the drug testing personnel from the Department of Administration that came and performed this. So we have to work with their schedule and their people, but we finally got it going, and for those that haven't got tested, we're working with DOA on how to best handle that so that everyone can get tested. But we already anticipate some will not be tested due to other issues, medical, like I said, military leave, and some are off island, so.
Did anyone just flat out refuse to take the drug test?
Oh, no. Everyone that showed up took the test. And there's a few that we called and they didn't respond, so what I did was we called them in, had them write a report why they didn't respond to our phone calls. And so at least put that part of the record is why, we tried calling you, you're not answering why. And so we're serious about this, so we just gotta, make sure that they understand that we're serious about this drug testing.
There's another incoming coming up.
Well, we have incoming going on last week and this week. Our last day of incoming, let me look at my notes, is July 29. July 29 will be the post 7. That will be the last one, but we have incoming today, post 3, post 4, post 2, and post 8. And then tomorrow, again, the other units, and so forth, until the 29, and then we will have completed the incoming for July.
How you guys doing on financials over there?
Financials, okay, so I know everyone's asking about the COVID.
The COVID differential pay.
The COVID pay, yes, the COVID pay, I'm sorry, the COVID pay. So our administrative staff here, they have submitted, I'm looking at my notes here, they already submitted 2 pay periods down to DOA for processing. Pay periods ending December 19 and January 2nd. That's about $220,000. That's already been submitted down to DOA. So it's payroll week this week. So more than likely they'll be working on it next week, to pay it out. And then our staff will be submitting next week 4 more pay periods from January 16 to February 13. February 13 pay periods and then February 13. Our ASO had to move money around from within our current budget, basically to pay this. So we're not getting any special funds. There's no special funds or anything being used. We're just moving funds from several accounts in here and to get this paid out. And that was at the director's, direction, as he wants to really get this thing paid out to the officers. So we are working on it. Hopefully they will see 2 pay periods next week.
Oh. So for COVID differential pay, you're using money within your own budget because you guys have not gotten any money from ARPA, from the ARP money, the American Rescue Plan money, which everybody else has been.
We're just working with our own budget right now to get this paid.
What about overtime?
Overtime, Sabrina, is up to date. The officers have been paid their overtime, so we have no issues on that side. It's just the COVID pay.
Yeah. Sounds like you guys are going to be running out of money if you're paying out all this COVID pay.
Yeah, and again, our ASO is working. When I spoke to her earlier, again, once hopefully this federal money kicks in and stuff, we'll be able to get some money and move it around to cover our shortfalls on what we had to do. Again, it's just a matter of budgeting and moving things around to try to ensure that our officers get some pay. And they deserve that pay, and so we're doing our best. Our director's doing the best to make sure they do get something.
This is something that would totally be covered under the American Rescue Plan Act funds.
I believe it would, but I'm not in that level to say 100%, but I believe it would.
Yeah, you know it would.
You know it would, yeah. But has the director made any ask to the Gov? Like, hey, Gov, man, our officers are hurting. They need this money. Can you give us the PIN number for the ATM to the ARP to pay it?
Well, I'm maybe not like that, Chris, but the director, they have their cabinet meetings and stuff, and so this issue has been brought up several times, and the director does bring it up along with the deputy. And again, it's just we just have to be patient, just like everybody else, and kind of just wait for this thing to come through. But in the meantime, we'll do what we can on our side. It'd be nice if we can pay it all out at once, but that's not the reality of it. So we will do what we can to at least get our officers paid something, so they'll have some money. I mean, I would like to have mine too, because I'm going off Highland too, and my kids gave me a list of things to buy already, so I don't know.
Ooh, I know about that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that this extra money would help out. Hopefully, if it's next week, then we got extra money.
Well, you know what? I know Acting Governor Josh Tenorio is a big fan of the Lincoln. He's probably listening right now, and I'm pretty sure he's doing what he can to release some of this ARP funding to put it where it needs to go, so that the hardworking corrections officers, the hardworking law enforcement officers, the hardworking mayor's staff, the hardworking public health employees can all avail of their long overdue COVID differential pay that the governor came up with in the first place.
And these are frontline people.
Yep, they're right in the front of the line. You know what I mean? The so-called frontliners that, we put up here in the COVID, yet on the other side, we're making them wait months for their COVID. It's really a shame. So shameful.
Was there anything else, Antone?
No, just that in my absence, I have Officer Jerika Sanchez. She will be taking care of the mugshot request. I'll send out an email later today, and her email address will be there. And if you guys need any information, you can email her and take it from there. She'll work with the director on, and then if they need to call me, or certain hours, I'll try to be available. But with the time difference, I don't know if I'll be able to respond right away.
Right.
Okay.
But Officer Sanchez any of the media inquiries, just send her an email and she will respond. Again, I'll send out the email later today,
All right.
letting you guys know and who to contact.
Any before we let you go, has there been any incidents involving CEOs bringing in contraband?
No, not recently, no.
Recently?
What's recently though?
Well, no, we have no cases against any officer at this point.
Okay.
Bringing in
Okay. Just checking. All right, Major, you good, Bree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the safe travels to you.
Yeah, safe travels, Major.
Wear 2 masks on the plane.
Oh yes, I got it.
Okay, and make sure you eat a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I think our Dave Rogers wants to take me there because he's one of the gentlemen is helping us with our master plan. His name's Tom Parker.
Yeah.
His son actually operates a Chick-fil-A back in the mainland. He's one of the operators.
Wow.
Of him. So they want to take us there also to meet his son and eat at the Chick-fil-A restaurant.
The waffle fries, pretty good stuff.
Major, make sure to buy some of those tubs of sauce. I mean, it is in a tub, but man, the sauce is that's something else, man.
You guys are making me malago. I never tried eating at Chick-fil-A.
I like Chick-fil-A.
Is it
Like
good?
their
How's
chicken
it?
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's Chick-fil-A, you
Yeah.
know. But it's good.
Okay.
Thanks,
I'll
Major.
try.
Yeah. Thanks for making us malago. Send us, never mind the prison video, send us Chick-fil-A video.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
I'll
see you,
take-
Major.
Take care.
Oh, there, Chris, I'll take videos just for you.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Okay.
That's that. Adios. Major Antone Aguon. You know, always good to get him on because he's a classified employee over at the Department of Corrections. You know, a lot of experience, institutional knowledge, and I just also want to thank Director Joe Carbolito for making Major Antone available to us on pretty much any time we need info. It works out very well.
Yeah.
It's 9:31. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming back with Jason Solis next. Good morning.
KUAM Digital presents a series highlighting the wide array of talents on our island. Whether they're a standout gamer, extreme athlete, performer, or have a unique skill to show off, we're showcasing them every month on Wow Factor. Brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the do. Uno Mixed. We're mixing it up on the last Thursday of every month with a look at lifestyle, entertainment, food, and so much more on the stations, networks, and digital platforms of KUAM Communications. Uno Mixed is presented to you by